What is up, internet? So it is a very brisk morning here in Denver. It's around 31 degrees, and I think it's a good day to go to the junkyard. I got all loaded up. I got my yerba mate and a donut, and I'm about to head out to the studio to meet up with Anthony, John, and Steven, and we're gonna go crawl through the junkyard. Thanks for joining, and let's get to it. Alright, I just got to the studio and I just wanted to take a quick second to shout out Yonaka Motorsports. I just purchased some of their D-Series motor mounts, and if you use my link into the description on any of your purchases, you get to help me and the channel out, and they have some really good deals going on right now. Their motor mounts, they're on sale. I think they're like $60 off from like over $200. So that's awesome. They got a lot of affordable parts to fit your budget. I know I'm on a really tight budget, so that's really exciting. I'm super stoked to see how they work in this application. I know it's not like a traditional, just like bolt-in kind of install, so we're gonna see how that goes. They will definitely be durable enough for what I'm using them for, so super stoked on that. Again, check out Yonaka Motorsports. Got some stickers that I'm gonna put on the truck. But yeah, quick little plug, check them out. Thank you so much, John, and excited to see where that goes in the future.
One eternity later.
Alright, so we found a good Civic, Anthony and I. And now we have to figure out how to drop the whole motor to get all the brackets off of. So I need this bracket, the rear bracket, and then this one too. So we just have to take the whole thing apart. I'm trying to find a spare to prop up our little jerry-rigged setup here, and then we're just gonna send it. Help. Quick update. We dropped the motor. Got all of the motor mount brackets off, some other accessories. I tried to get the thermostat housing off, but I broke this little bung off. I think that's what it is. And so I can't really take that. Maybe I can get the actual housing, but not the tube. Tony's chilling. Steven's getting his nice jacket all dirty.
Yeah, this is old.
And then we...
Yahtzee.
Got the coolant filler. Got a bunch of bolts. Gross. And now we need to get this last bracket off, but we need to take the crank pulley off to get that lower guard off. So we're gonna sweat over that and get back to it. Oh wow! So we finally got everything out that we needed. So we got all of the mounts, the brackets that attach to the block and the transmission. This is the driver lower mount, and then this is the passenger lower mount. Then a couple other little accessory things. This is the coolant filler hose, the clutch slave cylinder, and we got a bunch of bolts too.
Hell yeah.
So now we're gonna leave because we're hungry and tired. We won't be able to get the CRV stuff today because I'm tired, and they have 6 CRVs, so we'll just come back next weekend probably and try and get that. So we'll see how much this costs and load her up. Alright, we're gonna get the valve cover, if you couldn't already tell.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna take this distributor too, because I don't have one, and these cables are not so bad, so that'll be one step closer to getting it all together. I'm about to break. Alright, we're just finishing up. We got our wheelbarrow full of stuff, all the mounts, valve cover, distributor. Now we're gonna go check out and see what the total is. I'm guessing $75. What do you think?
$69.
69? Okay, let's see who's closer. Price is Right rules.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay. Steven, what do you think the total is going to be?
I'm gonna go with
Price is Right rules.
51.
51? Okay, we got 51, 69, and 75. Of course you would. Okay. So let's go see who wins.
Man, Steven's such a good help.
I know. So it was a little more expensive than we thought. It was 120 bucks, but we got a bunch of free bolts, and one of the mounts they didn't include. So let's see. Yeah, 121.32. So not too bad. A lot cheaper than it would have been. So now we are leaving Steven Del Sol. He's calling his name. So now we're headed out. The Chevy started. We got the Chevy going. And now we're done. I won. It was 121.32.
Really?
Yeah. But you lost with your low bet of 51.
That's terrible.
But it wasn't, the most expensive thing was the distributor. It was $30.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that one.
Yeah, so.
Well, I'll see you guys at the studio.
Okay, yeah, we'll see you in a minute. Lens is dirty. Junkyard shit. Alright, so Steven and I are back at the studio, and we were just messing around putting some of the stuff that we got from the junkyard on the engine, and we put these front lower mounts. This is the driver's side in the Civic, and this is the passenger side, but now this is the driver's side, and this is the passenger side. And this mount, I think, is what we are going to base the entire mounting system off of, because it is so close. So looking down on it, it just needs to shift over an inch or two, which is fine because that's where we need to mount the upper bracket to. It needs to like scoot over to the driver's side a little bit, and then it'll come up 4 inches, which is about what we need for this mount. And then the other mounts just need to get modified a little bit. This mount is a little off, so it needs to come over. Like this needs to be shortened an inch or two, and then that will line up and it'll all come together. Of course, all this stuff needs to get cut off, but it's starting to look more and more complete. Steven brought over his EX. So this is the EX intake. It looks a lot better than the weird top feed. So this was off of a DX. Yeah, the DX manifold. So at least we got extra sensors and stuff like that. But this mount, I can't really show you how it fits, but because this old shock strut or whatever bolt is in the way, but we'll just have to modify this a little bit to make sure that it fits, because it's gonna have to scoot over a little bit. So you're gonna have to do some learning how to weld and match this up, but at least we got the OEM template to go from. And then also we have the rear mount, which goes, that mount looks awesome. And then this is the Yonaka rear transmission mount, and it will go in there. I can't really do it one-handed, but it'll go in there, and then I just need to build either hang it like this and just have like a straight bar going between the two frame rails, or have it go low and bolt down onto it, and I'll just have to make like a bar hoop to go down. But this looks really good mounted up right there, and I need to get a engine hoist in here to lift up the engine because it is a pain in the ass, especially now with more weight and stuff on it. So we got a new clutch slave cylinder, a bunch of other parts, and yeah, we're just getting it going. Got some parts in the mail, the water pump, oil pump. I need to get the coolant, the rear coolant hose that goes to the water pump up there, and the filler housing, or the thermostat housing. That's what it needs right there. And it also needs to be clean because we are all filthy. That's where we're at for right now. Gonna organize our bolts that we got, because there's no transmission bolts. They were just lost in the move. So just getting to it, and we'll see you next time. Alright, so I'm just leaving the studio now. I'm about to head to Taco Bell. Sorry if I didn't film as much of us taking apart and dropping that engine out of that Civic, but we were just working with what we got. We didn't have a hammer or a hoist or anything, so we kind of just had to run it into place and to get everything that we needed off of it. Super stoked. So it's one step further. We're